The following actual bear assault was one of the worst to ever occur in America, with a bear badly mauling a victim's face. The like button may be used to subscribe straight away. The bear assault on Chase Dellwo is horrific. The Montana town of Chateau, which has a long history of agriculture, conjures up vivid pictures of a lush environment with a wide range of fauna. Deer, mules, wolves, badgers, squirrels, moose, and bears, both black and grizzly, all cohabit in this habitat. Chateau is thus naturally a great location for hunting wildlife. It thus comes as no surprise that on October 3, 2015, brothers Shane, 30, and Chase, 26, made the decision to go to Bantam in order to bow hunt elk. The brothers were inspired to brave the inclement weather by the prospect of a sizzling, sumptuous moose steak that they would devour to the bone. The pair hatched since they couldn't sneak about because of their poor visibility. They conferred and agreed to divide Shane. The elder sibling intended to ascend the mountain and wait for Chase to lead the moose herd to the stream bed. Shane ascended the hill and had a good view of the stream bed from above. There, he examined one of the moose before dropping it to the ground. They believed they had created a flawless strategy that was free of any defects. The sky suddenly opened and rain began to fall like a chime as Chase walked down the stream. A drop hitting his shoulders first made a tapping noise, but soon there were several droplets falling together with snow, hazy air, and now rain, making a rattling, knocking noise. With each stride he walked, the weather became worse. Chase questioned if the search would be successful in light of the drawbacks. His train of thinking was abruptly cut off by a loud bugle call that was followed by a giggle. He was familiar with the sound from his many hunting expeditions, so he recognized it. The moose was a guy. The sound indicated that the moose was close. His agitated mind attempted in vain to pinpoint the source of the bugle sound. A beautiful view of rocky ridges and partly snow-covered mountains opened up to the north and east of the stream, which was covered with delicious soft grass that started to disappear beneath the snow that was falling. And there was his brother waiting for the hit on one of these hills. With a bow in hand, Chase concentrated all of his senses on locating the moose. He was unstoppable in his efforts to complete this task. Even the gurgling sound of neighboring streams, which are the reason we are ready to freeze. Yet, he was halted in his tracks before he could go on by the unsettling sensation that he was being watched. Chase remained still and inhaled the air. Here, the air has altered. It had a distinctive odor. His nose were filled with the scent of acid, which he had not recently smelled. Somehow, it made him eager. His eyes would notice it if he could just see well for 1 mile. His bow was brought to eye level, and he reared up 3 steps behind, seeming to be attempting to sit up and gently crouch down, like a taut dog. However, the bear leaped and attacked him before he could do anything, seemingly waiting for this to happen. It sent him to ground with a thud at this moment and for the rest of his life. The bear was enormous while standing on its hind legs. His feet were firmly planted on the filthy, damp ground, and he was covered with thick, shaggy brown fur. He was taller than any human. It seems to contain the mysteries of nature. Chase was utterly taken off guard when the bear suddenly snarled, opened its enormous jaws, and plunged its 3-inch teeth into his left eye and skull. In nature, the hunter sometimes becomes the prey. He was assaulted more than once or twice by solitary bears since he grew up on a family ranch and was thus used to coming into contact with them. Yet despite having such a varied and extensive experience, he was nonetheless forced to come face to face with a bear. Chase would have been able to see the bear from a distance and escape it if the weather had been a bit better. The bear temporarily ceased attacking. Chase was bleeding profusely, was immobile, and was severely hurt. He felt powerless. Death was within and at the door, but this torment was still a long way off. He was held down by the resilient animal's claws as it roared loudly once again, perhaps asserting its supremacy. The bear then attacked him again, biting him on the leg and shaking him viciously before tossing him into the water. He then took a step back, which Chase utilized to sit down. He collapsed with a thud, but the bear wasn't done yet because it swung directly at his head. A picture of Becky, his lovely wife, who has come home and is waiting for him. He also knew that his brother had met his end in this muddy stream with splashes of soft mud and snow, since he had ascended high on the slope and crossed it before Chase. His memory helped him out when he recalled the article during a short flashback. He summoned the last of his resolve and pushed his right hand with all of his power into the bear's neck. Perplexed and startled, the bear fled into the forest. He had once seen his grandmother demonstrate how animals, particularly bears, display delicate gag reflexes on their fragile eggs. Snow makes it uncomfortable to vomit. Chase was aware that the bear would soon come back to kill him off, or worse still, cause him to bleed to death. He had to get up. His hands were stained with blood and mud, and his camouflage hunting clothing was in tatters. He cleaned his eyes of the blood. He moved toward the ridge across the area where stream beds were present because he preferred flying to flight. He spotted his sibling. Shane spotted his brother waving from the hill and assumed the cavalry had arrived at last. He got to his feet and prepared to take the greatest shot of his life with his bow and arrows. Shane, however, only recognized how bad his brother's health was after giving his younger brother another, closer look. He was given first assistance as soon as he went to him. He stopped the bleeding but had to take Chase to the hospital right afterwards due to his concern about possible internal hemorrhage. He hastily brought Chase to the vehicle, turned on the engine, and stepped on the throttle. When the tire's rubber made contact with the pavement, the engine screamed and the tires squealed. They were now at the Benz-Taten Medical Center's emergency room in Chateau. Thankfully, they were there in time to rescue him. Chase's face was wrapped in hundreds of stitches after 5.5 hours of surgery, and when asked for advice to anybody wanting to go hunting, he stated that they should never go hunting alone. And he is correct. In wet or foggy conditions, never go hunting alone. As much as you can, try to live in harmony with the environment. After all, it will always reward you if you respect it. If you don't, you can run into problems of your own. Disaster